to our four vert stuff. And this is for Coach Warner. We got one number that we can't get rid of. And so, I'm just kidding. Probably could, but this works well. So what I'm going to go over in the next three videos is our four vertical passing game out of 2x2 and out of 3x1, and the things that we can do off of that. You'll see some more tags. You'll see some things that we can do. Running backs or UFs. There's a lot of times that we may be play faking right here, and you can then check and you can run your check down, or we can run routes with you. But a lot of times we have a little play fake here. So here's the basics. This is ace and this is double 97. So we'd have to call it to both sides. So this is one that you've got to be real in tune with what we're trying to do and what we want to call. All right. So when we call double 97, all right, that is all streaks for us. Here's what that looks like. Outside, you are running a streak. You are trying to get your tailbone to the DB's tailbone. So you've got some freedom on where you release, but wherever that release is, you can't get real wide. So we've talked about having a mandatory outside release. You don't have to outside release here, okay? That's up to you. Best release, but then restack, get back vertical. We talk about we give you the numbers. Get by the DB, get back on the numbers, restack the numbers. Inside, guys, and I have these drawn up straight down the field here, and that's not exactly correct. We want you running your route 3 yards outside the hash. We call that a hash plus 3. If your alignment, because of where we are on the field, is 3 yards outside the hash, then you would run a straight vertical route. But there may be a time that you're lined up wider than hash plus 3. So your release has got to be a little bit inside and then get vertical. Or you may be inside the hash, or on the hash, or inside the hash, and you've got to release outside to get there. So you've got to avoid any kind of contact by outside linebackers, or if you get manned up, you've got to get a good release. You can't get shoved out wide. Okay, a lot of teams, and we've started to see a little more cover 3 to 2x2. We really like working these inside seams, but what teams will do is they'll try to have cornerbacks kind of railroad and try to play both of these. So we've got to have really good spacing there so that we can do that. Quarterbacks, not a whole lot of times where we're just going to call double 97 out of ace. We could. It's going to be a matchup deal right here with the X and the Z, but if you ever get a feel for it going to be one safety, then we want to work these inside ones. Okay, remember when we do that, we look the safety off. If he goes with us, and we come back and throw the other one. Okay, right here we have ace 97 right, and this is a little bit more something that we do, but understand now we're calling it to one side. We do have a play side and a back side, so you've got to understand where you are in this. All right, if we call ace 97 right, Y, you've got the hash plus 3, Z, you're running the streak, best release right there. Go beat that guy deep. H, you're running a bender. As soon as you clear the outside backer, now if he's real flat, we will try to get some depth to this, then you're bending it to the middle of the field. You're like, well, that looks like a pipe. It's a little bit different than a pipe. We're not just sticking that foot and getting across. We're basically finding whoever's trying to wall us or redirect us and get around that and then get flat kind of behind those backers and underneath that safety. You know, we usually have 2 backers inside, and then they got, a 2 safety. Look, there's a safety deep. We're trying to find that area in there, and then we've got our 15-yard bailout. A little bit hard to draw, but here's what we want, X's. 15 yards as hard as you can, stick, and come straight back down your stem. Okay, quarterbacks, we're going to peak this streak first. If it were to turn into a 1 safety look, we've got the seam running right there with the Y. Coming back, if it stays 2 safety, hitting that bender. If you don't like it, you're coming back to your bailout. Backs, I have you drawn as a check down right here. Good chance that we would probably be running like a lion and play faking this thing right here. But that's how that works. If we call ace 97 left, that just flips. X, you got the streak. H, you have the hash plus 3. One thing I need to say, because we'll get into win in the next segment, is we're not shutting those seam routes down, and we have got to go. One thing that we have to get out of the habit of is getting 15 yards down the field on a seam ball and shutting it down. You got to go, whether you get it or not, because you may open something else up. So get out of there. Why you have the bender? I didn't put a yardage on here. If I was given an approximation, it's going to happen around 10 yards. I would say 8 to 10 yards, and I'm going to bend that thing to the middle of the field. Go get in the quarterback's in his line of sight. Z, you got the bailout. That's 15 yards. I've got it drawn up inside. You just come right back down your stem. Quarterback's peaking the streak. If it's a 1 safety look of any kind, we've got the seam ball, and then you're coming back 2 safety look bender. to your bell out. Again, backs, more than likely we would tag you with a ram call, okay, and have a little play fake in there, and then you can run your check down. All right, here we go. Out of trips, got it here at the bottom of the screen, over 97 right. All right, we're telling, when we call 97 right, we're telling exactly who we want doing the streak and who we want doing the bender and then the bell out, all right? So wise, you've got to remember, if you're in a trip set and we run our 4 vert stuff, you're running opposite at 20. You start looking for the ball as soon as you clear linebackers, but you're keeping going at 20. You're not going to throttle it down in there. You're gone. So we're going streak right here with the Z on over 97 right. Y is running the opposite. If they spin to trips, quarterbacks, we're picking the streak. And then if they spin to trips and go to one safety, we're looking for that opposite at 20. Then you got your bender, and then you got your bailout right there. If we go early, 97 left, notice we're tagging this to the single. X, you got the streak. Y, you're opposite at 20 again. Looking, once you clear the linebackers. H, you got the bender again. So H, you got the bender out of our trip stuff. Z, you have the 15 bailout. Okay, backs, I have it drawn up here. I have you to the single, run a check down. Again, really good chance that we could ram or line or even fire or flame, maybe make this look like, but something that we're good, that we're really good at. So there's the overall intro to our 4 vertical game. The reason it's called 97 are our 4 vert packages used to be 97, 98, and 99. You'll know 98 and 99 is one in switch, and that's what I'll do next. Thank you, guys.